Changing gears.
Too old to be taking bullets.
Changing gears, man.
Grown ass
Yo, man, the homie Dame was recently talking about how you remember when the old boy shit came out and they said that Camron took off Jay-Z's verse.
man. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so recently he was talking about that shit. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see what he was saying in regards to that because that was yo, can you imagine if he would have
Yeah.
came out with that though?
That's crazy. Imagine somebody just take your verse off.
Right, like you thinking the joint about and then plus you Jay-Z, like this your label for real. And then next thing you know, boom, you ain't even Yo, like this man took me off. Like, what type of ish? Yo, let's see what he talking about.
Yo, Cam runs out and does what he does. But there's one thing that Cam did. He erased Jay-Z's verse off "Oh Boy."
True.
Now, at that moment,
I thought that was fire.
at that moment, you either have to be Rockefeller CEO or nigga from Harlem that's standing with my nigga. Because the Rockefeller CEO, Jay-Z is your partner. Nigga, nobody should be able to disrespect your partner and you be like, it's cool.
You don't know the context.
That's what I'm asking.
He had been asking for a verse, and so no one gave Cam that beat. He took it. So he just found it from that's what I said. He used to crack it up. So he just was like, yo, I need to be. I was asking Kanye for beats for him. He wasn't giving them. So he just took it and then put it out. Thank you. It's,
Yo, he raw. He raw for that.
Ain't Jewels on that?
Yeah. The old boy shit?
Yeah.
So, Cam,
sir.
he had never gave Cam a verse. So now that he had to take a record and it got hot, now Jay wanted to jump on it, and Cam was like, nah. And Cam honestly said, I thought the verse was whack, and I said, that's gangster.
Yeah, but that's your man.
Now it don't matter, bro. Jay does
you gotta stand with Jay. You gotta stand with your partner.
You're wrong. Jay does that to people. Nah, you're wrong.
But that's your partner. He's gonna do that. But
So
you
what?
gotta stand with. In my opinion, you gotta stand.
Hold on. Do you think he should have kept that verse on there?
Nah. Because it's your record.
It's your record, right?
It's your record. And this is going to be your single.
Plus
it's going to go on your album.
Plus, you know, like how like if it mesh with what you try and do, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If they don't go together, what if you do I don't see how Hov could have messed the track up, but
Right. But at the same time,
you don't really hear Hov in that fill in. Like he don't use
right.
samples like that. You know what I mean? Where he's filling
That
in.
would have been interesting to see at the time, though. Like that'd have been crazy, man.
I want to hear the verse.
Word, that'd
with
have
your
been
partner.
crazy.
What I'm gonna do is stay out of that. It's not my business.
But you brought him into your business.
He had already erased it. What I'm gonna do? Get mad?
Yeah, hey, bro, don't
So
do
what-
that. You gonna fuck the shit up
But
over
he
here.
still had already
If you erase it, you,
But nigga, you gotta apologize.
So
you
y'all
fucked the
mad
shit
because
up.
I
There's
didn't
no
fucking
coming back.
chastise a grown man?
Nah.
I'm not doing that.
Nah, that's not why. That's not why we frustrated.
He
What
was,
y'all
too,
mad
that's
about?
what
I wasn't. I found it like that's kind of how I taught him. I wanted him to be like that. I wasn't mad at Cam for standing his ground. I respected him more. I was like, yo, I love you for that. But I wouldn't have did it. But I was like, I can't be mad at you. But
he said I wouldn't have did it.
then
'cause
what
niggas
happened
is
was they used to
scared of
fuck with each other. So I'd be like, yo, Jay, why you keep
But
beefing
that would've
with
been a
him?
good
Why don't y'all
look.
just embrace it? So then Jay gets on the radio and says Cam's a good earner. So now Cam's mad. So at some
Yeah.
point I'm like, come on, man. I can't like architect
Because he
everything
signed to
y'all say.
Rockefeller.
Or you could
It
just
was
not bring him
that-
into the
Let
house.
me just say, Cam would never fold. And I gotta respect him. He's a real Harlem nigga. He don't give a fuck. And that's how I taught
I
him.
always say the reason why the whole thing happened
That's
because it was
'cause y'all
Harlem
not
niggas
from
and Brooklyn
Harlem.
niggas in the room,
Now,
and Brooklyn
Harlem-
niggas is different.
It doesn't
And then
matter.
Harlem
Bottom
niggas.
line is, I don't think Cam did anything wrong. And I was standing on that. And anything
his
else
record.
is bitch-ass nigginess. And I'm not going to be bullied with bitch-ass nigginess. If a nigga don't like your fucking shit and you wasn't trying to jump on it before, I don't care who you are.
That's the key part too.
Said it right
Like
there. He said it.
if
He
you
said it.
wasn't trying to jump on it before, but
And
now
your
you see
shit-
that it's hot,
And then you spit some whack shit.
right? And then it's poop. Yeah, get you out of here, bro.
I ain't doing it. Just like the Grammys. When we got our first Grammys, we ain't going. I don't care who you are. That's Harlem shit. So I thought that was
Tamir,
swag.
you make it Tamir so
I can
happy.
respect
She love
that.
all them shit.
I thought that was swaggy. and you know, that's what they hated about Cam because he just wouldn't bow down to Jay.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
But he was in Jay's house.
But What's that got to do with
You
anything?
gonna have to, like you said.
He
You
had
just
his
said
own
something.
imprint.
No. You just said something.
He
You
never
said
just-
if
what
somebody
did he
putting
do
up the
that
money.
disrespected
But damn,
him?
you said if somebody putting up the money, they
Now,
control the
bro,
rules.
if we're
In the
talking
case of
about
Cam's deal,
what he's talking
Diplomat
about,
Records was Koch back then. Like he had his own label.
yeah, but he was still under the Rock,
Right.
which was a bigger label for him to even
They did
need
put
to
him
do
on.
that.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Onto like a bigger crowd and
Yeah.
shit.
Exactly.
You know
That
what I'm saying?
shit was a hit. Everybody knew that song.
I think for him it was just like, yo, you ain't want to F with us before the fact. Why you trying to hop on the track now?
It was mainly Dame who fucked
You know what
with
I'm
him.
saying?
Who fucked with Cam.
He was like, yo, like just imagine that. Like we got a track, we try and get Jay on it. He don't want to get on it until after it's hot. And then the verse is poop, according to Cam. You gonna take that shit off? Like we don't need it. We already bubbling.
But you probably would have sold more records.
That's the part I was saying. Like it would have took the record farther,
right?
If he would have kept him on.
But if it's trash,
that's the only part.
Personally, I'm gonna. You know what I mean?
You would take it off, right?
I'd probably take it off. No.
Just because it's Jay, you'll probably keep it on just to get the spins.
Just to get the spins.
Real shit. Just to get the spins, though.
Spins, you know what I mean? Now, in my heart, I wouldn't want this nigga on my fucking track. You know,
word
trash ass verse.
Man, shit, man.
But to get the spins, you gonna get on the track.
You already know.
And maybe Jay spit a whack verse on purpose.
But I don't see how Jay could spit a whack verse on a track like, oh boy, like all those pockets that you could hit with the, you know what I'm saying? Once you figure out where the, you know what I'm saying, where they coming in,
drop, yeah.
All you, and then, it's come on, bro. There had to be a little shade in that response saying that Buddy was trash on the verse. Like,
yeah,
he was probably just like, nah, F this.
Yeah, fuck this nigga Cam.
I'm popping right now. Oh boy was everywhere. And it was hard and still is hard. Like, you turn that shit on now. Like, we used to ride out to that and that, what was it? Purple Haze?
Yeah.
Bro, classics. Classics for days. But nah, man.